guys, today I have for you a haul video. I have a couple trips to Sephora and also a drugstore haul. The drugstore haul is actually a lot of the products that I used on the makeup I'm wearing right now, and that tutorial will be up very soon. So if anything that I show you today is something that you're interested in seeing, then keep an eye out for that. Subscribe, of course. We'll make sure that you get to see that video. Shameless plug. But anyway, let's jump into it and let's actually start with the Sephora stuff. The first thing I'm going to pull out, because it's on the top because I can't get it back into the box, is this thing, which looks like a big pile of crazy. It is the Drybar shower cap. If you had told me 5 years ago that someday I would spend $13 on a shower cap, or whatever it was, how much was the shower cap? $15! $15 on a shower cap! I would have told you that you were nuts. But because I've been styling my hair more, because I got my GHD, because I've actually been paying attention to it, I don't want to have to redo it every single day, but there are also days when I really need to shower before I need to wash my hair. So, shower cap it was. And this is a really nice shower cap because the inside is lined with terry cloth. So, not only does it keep water out, any water that gets in gets soaked up by the cloth inside. So I actually have been really enjoying the shower cap. That being said, I have never worn another shower cap to compare it to, so if you have a cheaper one that you're happy with, power to you. Some of these products you will have seen before because I bought them over the course of the last month, so I've been trying to use them and get to know them so that I can talk to you about them intelligently instead of just being like, hey, here's the stuff I bought. But that kind of explains why you might see some of these. This next one is the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Powder, which, guys, I really adore this powder. I am actually kind of upset that I couldn't use it in my makeup today because, as I said, this was all drugstore. But I love this powder. It's beautiful in absolutely every way. It has a really nice sifter cover on top, so you can get as much out as you want and then cover it up and travel with it really safely. And the packaging feels really nice. I mean, it's not like crazy fancy or anything, but it feels like it's not just going to break, and the powder itself is just beautiful. So I love this stuff. And it does come in two colors. It comes in a light and a medium, I think. So if you have a darker skin tone, they have one that will work for you too. The brush that I've been using that with is the Sephora Collection Precision Powder Brush, number 59. I love that all the Sephora brushes come with a little case for them. It's so cute and it makes them really easy to travel with. And I love this brush. It is a more domed shape instead of being a big round brush. It has a more tapered shape, which makes it really great for getting in the nose area and under the eye. It just fits so much better under there, and that's where I usually need most of my powder anyway, through the center of the face where it has all those weird shaped contours, so this is really great for that. The other brush that I picked up is the Precision Contour Brush, number 79. That one, oh sorry, did I say 79 on this one? This one's 59, the powder brush. The contour brush is 79. And I love this brush, I love this brush, I love this brush. So it too is a more domed shape. The other great thing about a domed shape is that it helps it blend itself out, basically, because you can just put the product on the tip of the brush and then the rest of the brush is going to help blend it as you use it. So if you do this and the powder's all on the tip, then all of the rest of the hairs that are touching your face are really just going to blend it out and make it look really seamless really quickly. This makes powder contour the easiest thing in the world. I'm pretty sure it's foolproof. So I will never stop raving about this brush, I think. So get used to it, I guess. Another thing that you've seen before is the Smashbox Soft Light in Shimmer, which unfortunately 2 days after I bought this, we pulled it off the shelves. I'm really sorry about that. I did not expect that to happen. If I had known that was happening, I probably would have gotten the Laura Mercier highlight instead, actually, because I was on the fence between the two of them. But I like this packaging more, so this is the one that I got. It's really pretty. I don't regret buying it at all. I just feel really bad that now I'm going to use it for the next year and a half, and every time I'm going to have to say, but you can't get it at Sephora. I'm not sure if you can pick it up other places. I don't know if maybe Smashbox still has it on their website or not, but I really love it. It's really pretty. Hopefully you can see that. I love it, and I will probably use it forever and ever and ever and ever. I have a couple things that I haven't opened but you have seen before because they are repurchases. The Too Faced Shadow Insurance, because I have been saying that I'm about to run out of this stuff since November. I am not even joking. I went back and I watched an old video of mine the other day just to see what I was doing back then, and I've come a long way, can I just say, in just a few months. Wow. But in November, I said, yeah, I'm running pretty low on this. And I am still using the same tube. I don't understand how that's possible, but I did finally just pick up a new tube of it so that whenever it does run out, I'm not totally screwed. I can just open this guy up. So actually, I fully expect that to be in the next couple weeks, finally. And then this is kind of shameful because I am not a multiple backups kind of girl. I try really hard not to be, because as soon as I become a multiple backups kind of girl, I am going to be lost to the world forever and ever. But I bought 2 of the Sephora collection brow pencils. I'm sorry, my husband's texting me. Shut up. I love you. Shut up. I bought 2 of them because you can never tell when you're about to run out of these. You just can't. These just one day you just run out of them. I did that once, actually. I did 1 brow, and then I ran out of it. What are you supposed to do with that? So I needed to buy a backup anyway. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to use them. I'm going to use them. I might as well buy them. So I have 2, and now maybe I won't have to buy one for a while, but that's how much I love this brow pencil. And then finally from Sephora, this is the true shame of my Sephora haul. Yeah. I really truly never thought that I would be a $36 lipstick kind of girl, but then one day at work I wore these, the YSL Rouge Percateurs. I just wore one day because I'm an idiot who thought that I wouldn't be swayed and thought that I wouldn't fall in love with them and thought that I wouldn't come to need them. And it turns out that I love them desperately and I want every single shade and I want them all in my life. They are the most beautiful packaging you have ever seen in your life. They're so heavy. They're so satisfying. Look at how pretty that is. It has YSL embossed on it. This is the shade 04. Does it have a name? Rouge Vermilion. This is totally gorgeous. Sadly, I have not had the guts to put it on yet because the bullet is still pristine and there's nothing more beautiful than a pristine, unused lipstick bullet. But I have worn it several times at work. I know that I'm absolutely in love with it and I really just need to bite the bullet and put it on my lips soon. But I want them all and I feel really bad about it. But they're so pretty. So that was my Sephora haul. I actually, for working in a makeup store, don't buy that much makeup because here's the thing, I work with it all day and I can wear whatever I want while I'm there. So I'm really the queen of saying, you know, that's a great powder, but let me make a sample of it. You know, that's a really pretty lipstick, but I'll just wear it when I come in tomorrow. You know, I think I've tried that color, but I'm not sure if that's the one I liked. Let me try it again today. So I'm really great at sampling and putting things off. But that means that the things that I do end up buying are things that I really, truly adore. So when I buy something, that's a real stamp of approval from me. Anyway, moving on to the drugstore products I got. I didn't get very many, and most of them were things that I'd been thinking about for a while. So let's just kick it off. First of all, I picked up the Maybelline Full and Soft Mascara. This was my holy grail, and by that I mean my only mascara back in high school and college. I loved this stuff. It has a bristle wand that isn't too big and it isn't too small. It's, you know, somewhere sort of right in the middle. It's not a waterproof formula, although they do have a waterproof formula. And it's what I'm wearing right now. It's not a crazy dramatic or crazy lengthening or crazy curling, but it makes your lashes look really big and really fluttery and really fluffy, and that's what I like my mascaras to do, which might be because I used to use this and that's what it did, that's what I'm used to, but also might just mean that I got really lucky and found a mascara that I loved way back in the day. Also from Maybelline, I picked up their new Brow Drama, which everyone online has been raving about. I know it's a big marketing push, but I thought I would give it a shot anyway. It's what I have on my brows right now, and they look okay, but it sure ain't gonna take the place of my pencil. That being said, I might use the two in conjunction. My problem is just that this brush is not going to do a good job of defining a brow. That's just not what it's for, and I understand that. It does a really good job of setting them though. I can feel them on my face a little bit, but especially when I touch them, they don't feel like they're gonna go anywhere. So honestly, what I will probably end up doing is using the pencil to define them and then use this to fill them in and set them. And honestly, together they might be a really, really great pair. So I'm gonna keep trying this one out. I'm not totally convinced, but I am still very hopeful. This I also really like. It is a silvery highlighter. So, not even highlighter, just a skin perfector. You can see how white it is. It's very similar to Dior Glow Maximizer, but that one's very gold. It's very thin, very liquidy. It shears out so well, and then you just can't even see it. But it just has such a luminosity to it. You can compare those hands. It's not necessarily lighter, it's just brighter. It looks like more alive. And I used it under my foundation today, and I just felt like it was gorgeous. And a lot of people complain that it's very small because it's less than a fluid ounce and it's $13, which at the drugstore is a fair amount. But it's not going to take very much to use it, and if you just mix like maybe half a pump in with your foundation, that'll do the same thing. And again, half a pump really. This will last you a while if that's how you use it. The final thing that was on my shopping list when I went to the drugstore was Milani Luminoso. Of course, everyone raves about this. Oh my god, people cannot stop talking about it. Karima McKimmey especially, who I can link down below, cannot shut up about Luminoso in the best way. I love her. I think she's great. But she made me basically go out and get this. It's a much more peach shade than I would normally reach for, actually. Let me do one more pass there. It's really pretty though. It is what I have on my face right now, and it's very natural looking. It doesn't look like, oh hey, I put on blush like bright pink can sometime. It's just very natural, flushed looking. And this right here is one of my Makeup Geek blushes. This is in the shade Bliss. And when I put it on for the first time, it was definitely what it made me think of. You can see they're very similar. However, you saw how pigmented this was in just one or two swipes. If I do the same thing with this, like, look at the difference between those two. So you can tell they're in the same color family, but Milani Luminoso has a lot more luminosity to it. It's much more shimmery, whereas the Makeup Geek Bliss is a much more matte shade. And it's just more pigmented, which is kind of a hit or miss thing for blush for some people. Some people prefer it to be less pigmented, so it's easier to sheer out and blend out on the face. Some people prefer a more pigmented blush because you need to use less of it. So I think this is beautiful. It's a beautiful color. I love the Bliss shade, but this has the luminosity that I love for my skin to have. So this will probably, honestly, very quickly become my very favorite blush in the whole wide world. And then for my two impulse purchases, I picked up Not Your Mother's Beach Babe Texturizing Sea Salt Spray because with my new short hair, which isn't really that new anymore, I really wanted a sea salt spray. And they had this one in a little mini size, so I didn't have to commit to a full-size product. This is only 2 fluid ounces, and I think it cost me a whole, let's see, $2.99. $2.99. So even if I hate this, it was $3. Who cares? And my final product for you is the NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray. It is what I finished my face off with today, and I feel like it looks really dewy and radiant and beautiful, but without looking like I'm super sweaty, which actually I might be a little bit because it is humid as heck in here right now. We haven't turned on our AC yet, and it's really super humid outside and like 80 degrees. But I feel like my skin just looks radiant and beautiful, and I feel really good about it, and I'm not sure how much of that was the routine that I went through or even just coming down to using this at the end. So I definitely look forward to playing with this some more in the next few weeks and seeing if I can come to a conclusion about it. But again, this one was pretty affordable, $7.99, so $8, that's not bad. So there you have it. Those are my recent purchases from Sephora and also the drugstore. Let me know if there are any of those that you haven't seen yet, or that you want to, or that you haven't seen very much of yet and you want to see more of. I would be more than happy to share those with you. Again, almost I think all of those drugstore products are what I used on my face today, along with some other drugstore products that I already had. So if you want to see any of those, subscribe, and my next video should be a tutorial using those. Most of, if not all of the Sephora products except for the YSL lipstick and the shower cap have been in previous videos, so if you want to go back and check those out, you are more than welcome to, obviously. Or if there's one that you want to see maybe better swatches of or a comparison against something else, please don't hesitate to let me know. I would be happy to do that for you. Of course, subscribe, as I just said. Comment if there's anything you want to hear or anything you just want to let me know. I would be happy to hear from you. I would also be happy to hear from you on Instagram and Twitter, where I am at LookLoveLaura on both of those. And I will see you again next time. Bye, guys!